Coming up, we have your May 2023 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Hey everyone, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Real Broker, your local Las Vegas and Henderson Realtors, here today to bring you your May 2023 Las Vegas real estate market update from
Inspirada and Henderson.
Yeah, so we've got a pretty cool views behind us, but you can't see a lot of it because of how the camera is and stuff. But when I look out at the strip right here, because we've got some strip views as well, it's very dusty, but all I see is allergies. It's been really bad for people with allergies recently, including myself. So if I sound a little nasally or like I've got a cold, that's why it is. And if my nose starts running or I'm itching my nose, I don't have a problem of any type. I've got an itchy nose. All right.
Anyway, we are filming from Inspirada today because this master plan community has really changed so much. My teammate Catherine and I, we've done an update on everything that's happening and growing in Inspirada. But primarily, I think what's really exciting is that Station Casinos finally has their plans approved to build their casino and shopping area here.
Yeah, and I think that's, some people are going to go like, oh, I don't want a casino on my doorstep. If we want casinos, there's casinos on the strip. And then other people are like, amazing, there's a casino on our doorstep. So it's going to be interesting hearing what our clients say and stuff. I've always told them there's land here. It's being bought by the casino. They've owned it for ages.
Yeah, I guess what I would say is just because there's a casino, the benefits to you aren't necessarily gambling. It means that there's going to be shopping and restaurants, there'll be a bowling alley, a movie theater, and wherever you're buying, it might be within walking distance.
Restaurants as well. The restaurants are always great as well.
Yeah, because in Station Casinos, if you look at their product at Green Valley Ranch and Red Rock, I imagine that this will be of a similar quality, and it's high end. It's not like you're at the El Cortez, and no offense to anyone else, El Cortez, but it's different than what you might have in your head as a casino. Yeah. So anyway, check out our update on Inspirada and get some more info there. All right, let's get into what's been happening.
Let's do it.
Okay, before we get into the numbers this month, stick around because we are going to be talking about a new Senate bill that might be limiting investor home purchases here in Nevada. And we'll also be discussing the A's moving to Las Vegas, which is pretty controversial.
And I want to give everyone a tip that's either buying or selling a house with a pool right now.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so we will start with our single family home statistics. The median sales price went up 1.2% last month to $430,000. We're down 9.5% from the previous year, which last year we were pretty much at our peak. So I think, we can safely say that we're down about 10% from the peak, which I think it's really important then to take a look at, actually what's happening month to month in the market, because if you read the news and you just see, Las Vegas real estate's dropped 10%, you might come into buying or selling here and have a whole different perception of what's actually going on.
Yeah, I've been saying this in all of our videos, I hate people that are selling fear and stuff and clickbaity material, because look, the reality is it's not that bad. Right? We took a 10% haircut, but so did everybody else.
It was crazy. This time last year, people were still waiving appraisals. We were paying over appraised value. Yeah. So, that was that extra 10%.
This is a way better market, although we've got problems in this market because we don't have enough homes for sale, which we'll talk about. But definitely interesting.
So there were 1,962 single-family homes sold last month. That's down 17% from the previous month.
Wow.
And I think what happened is that interest rates peaked March 9th at 6.73%. So just to clarify, the statistics that we're talking about now are for the month of April. So the interest rates in March were what really were affecting that. So they peaked at 6.73. Now we're back down to 6.35, and the demand is certainly there. We cannot keep up with the demand.
Yeah, I just wish we had more homes for sale. So
well, exactly, and that's what we'll talk about next, Steve. There were 2,451 new listings taken last month. That's down 4.4% from the previous month and down 33% from last year.
It's just been shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. Like, how much further can it go?
Right, exactly. And I mean, if you haven't been watching our videos and you haven't been reading the news, I mean, what's happening is everybody's locked in at these 2.65, maybe 3% interest rates. And it's really, really difficult to make a move when, even if you're downsizing, your payment's going to be higher than where you are now.
Like double.
Right.
Right. Not just a little bit, right? It's
right.
like it's double. So it's big.
Yeah, we have a huge inventory problem, and that is, I mean, that's why the prices are starting to inch back up slowly, steadily. You know, hopefully we kind of cruise along at the same rate. But there were 3,737 single-family homes available for sale last month. This is what we're talking about. That's down 10.9% from the previous month. We're still up 50% from the same time last year, but this time last year, I mean, we had like no inventory.
There's like 0.3 weeks of months of inventory.
Yeah, and right now we're at 1.9 months of inventory, which traditionally is very, very heavily favors the seller, but right now it really depends on what community you're looking at, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%, and price point as well.
And price point.
Yeah,
exactly.
And price point. Like I found you've been selling a lot more homes recently than me, so you're better to ask you. But my experience, like in the sort of like $500,000-ish range, like you can still get closing costs and concessions and stuff, providing the home doesn't look like a show home. It looks like a show home, and it's been, it's updated and it's clean, it's fresh, it's modern. You're gonna get an offer that doesn't need to, won't ask you for closing costs or concessions. And so I think it very, very much really depends on price point. What's your experience been?
Yeah, I think, well, price point, and I think what you said too is how turnkey is the home. Buyers, especially in Las Vegas, don't want to have to deal with the hassle of remodeling. So if something's move-in ready and it looks really pretty, it's going to be getting multiple offers. But sellers of other homes that have been in the market a little bit longer are still open to doing seller concessions, like you said.
So talking about, inventory and not a lot of it, you are the queen of new construction, and Kristen sells a lot of brand new homes. So if you're looking at brand new homes, speak to Kristen. But what's your experience been with the builders? Because I know that there's a lot of, people out there that basically don't know. So where are we at right now?
In terms of concessions with the builders?
Everything, yeah. Flexibility, offers.
Again, it depends on the part of town you're looking in.
Okay.
Summerlin, it's a lot harder to get you concessions than, maybe in the Northwest, there's a lot more inventory. I guess I would also say, again, it's so location dependent. I think a lot of people, they see on the headlines, the news, right, that prices are down 10% year over year. Well, new construction, like we were saying, people want move-in ready, they want turnkey. New construction is hot. They don't have inventory sitting around anymore. They're still trying to move it really quickly.
Is there data that we can pull on that new construction sales?
Not that we can pull, we have to pay a shit ton for it. But
we do? Okay, yeah, all right.
I thought about doing it.
Well, maybe we would. If it's of interest to the audience, you let us know and we'll spend some money.
Yeah, we'll do it for you guys. Like I was saying, it's the median sales price over on the valley has gone down 10%. I've got clients buying in the Arches, a Lennar community in Summerlin, and the base price since they signed their contract like 4 months ago, the base price of those homes has gone up $200,000.
Whoa, hang on, in what time period?
In 4 months.
Whoa.
200,000.
So this is a great example. Okay, wow.
Yeah, and if you're moving from out of state, I can help guide you to the areas that will get that kind of appreciation.
And people, and this is another thing to realize, is the reason that the prices are going up because people are paying.
There's demand.
It's supply and demand, right? And they're not selling them at $200,000 more.
Yeah.
So I bet your clients are very happy.
They're very happy because that pays for their backyard landscaping.
All right,
and even Lennar, they're pulling, they're not doing blinds on their homes anymore. They're not doing the refrigerator, washer, dryer. They're really pulling back on their incentives, as is everyone. So
that's interesting.
We'll talk if you're thinking about buying new construction, because there are still deals to be had. And if there's any wiggle room, anything for negotiation, I'll get it for you.
Yeah, awesome, love it.
Yeah, okay, let's take a look at condo and townhomes. The median sales price went up almost 4% to $270,000 last month. And wow, we're only down 2% from the same time last year, from the peak.
That's real. That's
That's
really
not bad at all.
No, I'm actually surprised at that.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
Me too. There were 535 units sold. We're down 11% from the previous month, which again, that is being affected by interest rates. But what I didn't mention with the single family, what I want to mention here is the pending sales are up 12%. So we're going to see that recover going into next month. Pending sales for single family, by the way, is up almost 7%. So
I mean,
we're seeing it recover.
Yeah. So I mean, when we were talking about the price appreciation, just gently gliding through, like just based on the pending sales and what we know, we're looking at maybe more of the same next month.
Same. Yeah, I imagine more of the same. Sales prices
So
are going to stay.
What does that mean for buyers and sellers? Okay, so like what I mean by that is it better for a seller to wait while the inventory is continuing to shrink and the demand is still high?
No, I don't think so. I think now is a great time to list. What do you think?
I'd say if you're ready right now, right now, I mean, just because we don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very hard to predict.
And it's not like prices are going up 10% every month. We're kind of hovering. So
1%,
I would say get it listed. Things are taking a little bit longer to sell. I don't have on here the days of market.
Here it is, right here.
Oh. Yeah, so about half of homes are selling in 0 to 30 days, whereas the same time last year, almost 90% of homes were selling in a month. So, we just have to adjust our expectations.
And then the other, just if you're curious, wow, that's quite unusual, isn't it? So between 31 and 60 days is 18%, and over 121 days is 12%.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I think there's a number of reasons. Overpricing, and then also there's a lot of tenant-occupied properties that are listed on the MLS.
Good point.
It's not a huge chunk, but maybe
luxury
1 in 20.
factor as well.
Oh, luxury as well.
Yeah.
Luxury high-rise. Those all have a longer days on market for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I guess I've never looked at that actually, to be honest with you. So it'll be interesting to follow. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, last year it was at 2.2%. That took over half a year to sell. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Okay. Well, let's talk about some of those fun things. First off is Senate Bill 395.
Okay, that sounds exciting.
Really fun.
Not.
So that is a bill proposed by a state senator or assemblywoman, I don't know what, for the state of Nevada to limit corporate housing purchases to 1,000 units per year. I mean, that's like 1,000 units per year. That seems really high to me, but I think there's some inconsistency on how would this affect new builders, and also how it would affect people that build multifamily.
How's that? How?
So, like, is an apartment complex that has I don't know how many, 500 units, does that go towards their 1,000 units? There's just a little bit of ambiguity. So actually the city of Henderson opposes this bill as it is.
Oh, okay.
Interestingly enough. I mean, but I think it's a step in the right direction that we're talking about limiting corporate investment.
Well, I 100% agree with you. Yeah, because I mean, it's as we're talking about, there's not enough homes already.
Right.
And for the average person that wants to, be a homeowner and start getting equity and building, wealth and stuff through real estate, like it's hard.
Yeah.
Right. So when these companies are coming in and like, just to put it into perspective, some of the big companies that this is probably aimed at have like how many, like 100,000 units.
Yeah, I think Progress Residential, American Homes for Rent, there's some of the big ones.
Yeah, I mean, and
they're mostly in the Southwest, so they have 100,000 units, it's spaced out, but it's in like Nevada, Arizona, and those are the big ones. Texas, I think.
I'm sure it happens all over the country too, but yeah, I mean, I think that's a good thing.
We'll keep you posted.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Next up on our agenda is the baseball team, the Oakland A's, potentially, theoretically moving out here to Las Vegas.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a contentious issue because their move, the proposal, asks for, it was $500 million of government issued bonds, which puts taxpayers, at a risk. Now I think they've decreased it to $400 million. The location now they're saying is going to be the site of Tropicana. So they're going to knock down that casino, build a stadium, build a smaller casino. What are your thoughts?
God, there's a lot of variables, right? Like as you and I were talking, you know, privately between us, you were mentioning it. You know, if the team fails, then the city's on the hook, right? And right. I don't think that is a smart contingency kind of, you know, to have there.
Right.
I think that, you know, if there's a deal to be made and structured in which it's fair, right? I think that okay, like let's entertain it. But I don't believe what they're asking is fair based on what you've told me.
Yeah, which is that, I mean, people say that we should hold out for like creating our own team like we did with the Golden Knights, and the Golden Knights didn't receive like public funding like this, and look, they've been extremely successful. We've made them like this whole Vegas thing. It's, you know, it's like a whole show when you go to it. People love it. It's obviously increased tourism, but again, we didn't dump public funds into it, so it can be done. So should we wait and do the same for baseball? And I mean, does baseball have the same fan base? Is baseball growing currently, or is baseball kind of more on the edge? You
know what, I don't know the answer to either of those questions, but the location of Las Vegas is so unique to most every other city in the world.
Yeah.
Right? Where we do have weather that's great all year round, where people will go out and sit and watch a game and pay for a ticket.
Yeah.
You know, even if they're not a fan, just to go for the experience. They're here in town,
right.
You know, with their family or friends, whatever. Right, it's there. I think that's exciting. You know, the extra. There's lots of positives I think about it, but I like what you're suggesting about the private, you know, investorship. You know, that mitigates risk. Let's use other people's money, you know, to achieve that, and if it's successful, the investors are rewarded as they should be,
right.
Because they took all the risk. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, and let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to hear.
I'm sure a lot of you are even more educated about this than we are. So, yeah,
definitely more educated.
Yeah. All right, what else do you have for us, Steve?
Yep, so if you are a homeowner here in town, in Henderson and Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and you have a pool and you're moving out of your house, and you're gonna have your pool guy go around and take care of it and everything. What we've been seeing in multiple different places is thieves actually targeting the likes of the hot water, the heater, the pool heater, the pumps as well. And I've got a little theory on how this is happening, because it's unfortunately happened to one of our clients on one of their listings. These people are going on Zillow and they're searching for homes with pools, homes with heaters, because obviously you can get really, you know, dialed into the specifics. Then they're looking at the photos. If it looks like it's if it's vacant, that's a hit. But the big part of it is actually in the homes that we've seen this happening, and none of them have been in a gated community. And I'm always saying, you know, gated community, it's false sense of security and stuff. But, you know, I guess, you know,
yeah, it's easier to get in and out.
It is easier to get in and out of somewhere else, so they'll target the easier places first.
Yeah.
So important, if you're a seller, make sure that, you know, you're protecting your property, right? Put some CCTV on the property. Maybe try and hire a handyman to fasten down some of your equipment, to make sure, or make it more difficult to remove. Tell your neighbors, right, to be vigilant. You're not expecting anyone around here in the backyard and stuff, right? And for people that are buying a house right now, when you do your walkthrough, check it's all still there. All right, well, that's all I've got. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it when you like our videos. If you subscribe to our channel, you're a first-time watcher, keep up to date on everything that's happening in Las Vegas and Henderson. Of course, we bring you market updates like this every single month. And if you need more information on how to reach us, you can find all of our information on the website, thethomasgrouplv.com. But for me, thank you so much for watching.
All right, see you in the next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.